Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to be showing you the best Iron Leaves build for raids on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now you can only get this Pokemon if you are on Pokemon Violet. If you're on Pokemon Scarlet, you will have to do online Tera raids. Let me show you where to get it real quick. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a Psychic raid with an aura around it, like this right here. We're going to head over there now. So when you make it to the raid, it'll be a 5-star Psychic type Iron Leaves. Now, my best recommendation for this raid would be Golden Go. It resists every attack, and it's a pretty good Pokemon for raids. Now, if you're on Pokemon Scarlet, you want to go in the Poke Portal, and then we're going to be clicking Tera Raid Battles. As you can see at the top, there is one right there. If you don't get one, refresh until you do get one. You can get Iron Leaves, and you can get Walking Wake there, but you can only catch one of each. Now that I've showed you where to get Iron Leaves, I'm going to switch over to Scarlet, because that's where all my builds are. Okay, so I'm back over to my Pokemon Scarlet. Ignore the Pokeball, I caught it in the wrong Pokeball by accident. So when you catch this Pokemon, it will come with a Psychic type Tera. You don't need to worry about that. The item we're going to want for this Pokemon is the Shell Bell. The reason we're not using an attacking type item is because this Pokemon is weak to a lot of types. So you're going to be 4 times weak to Bug, and you're going to be 2 times weak to Fire, Ice, Poison, Flying, Ghost, and Dark. So you have 7 weaknesses in total. But it's a new Pokemon. It's a good looking Pokemon stats and moves wise, so we're going to try and make it work. Now, to get your hands on the Shell Bell, you want to fly over to Levincia North. Once you get here, we're going to be coming this way to the Delibird shop. You're going to want to go inside there. Once you're inside, you want to click on battle items, and then you want to scroll down and buy the Shell Bell for 20,000 Pokedollars. Now, what this item does is you recover 12.5% of all damage you inflict on your opponent, and because raid Pokemon have so much health, this is going to be good for getting that health back, because we will probably take quite a lot of damage if the opposing Pokemon does have a move that's super effective against us, which it most likely will. Now, when you get out of this shop, you're going to want to turn right, and we're going to be heading to this shop over here. It's black and green, and it's got a Chansey on the front of it. Now, what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for the Adamant Mint, which ups our attack and decreases our special attack. We are a physical attacker, so we don't need special attack. As you can see there, down in special attack, up in attack. Our EVs are going to go into HP and attack, and you're going to want to make sure you have max IVs as well on everything except your special attack. If you don't know where to get max IVs, all you have to do is head to any Delibird shop, and then you want to click on General Goods and click Bottle Cap. So for every bottle cap that you buy is 1 max IV, so you're going to need 2 at the maximum for this Pokemon, because when you catch it, because it is a 5-star raid, it will have a minimum of 4 max IVs. If you don't know how to actually check how many IVs it has, go in your boxes and then click the plus button on your controller. We're at the stats, click the plus button, and it'll take you to your IVs. So the ones that say best are the ones that are max IVs. So mine came with HP, special attack, special defense, and speed. And then I had to buy 2 bottle caps to apply attack and defense. So once you have your bottle caps, you want to fly over to Montenevera. And once you're at Montenevera, we're going to be coming back here to the guy with the Abomasnow, and you want to speak to him. He will hyper train your Pokemon. You want to choose the Pokemon you want to hyper train and then click bottle caps, but my Iron Leaves already has max IVs, so we won't do anything with them. Let me find a different Pokemon as an example. So there we go. I'm going to click bottle caps, and then I'm going to do the HP, the attack, the defense, the special defense, and speed. You want to leave the special attack blank, because that would be a waste of 20,000 Pokedollars. Now, moving on to the ability, there is only one ability. It will be Quark Drive, and what this does is it boosts the best stat you have in electric terrain. This can also be done with a booster energy, but we don't want to hold one of them. So it boosts your attack, defense, special attack, or special defense by 30% if that's your highest stat. If speed is your highest stat, it boosts your speed by 50%. This doesn't happen with the HP, it's just the other 5 stats. So as soon as we get into battle, our 394 attack will get a boost. So as soon as we get into a battle, our attack, which is 394, will get a boost of 512. Now let's get on to the moves. So our moves are going to be Psyblade, Leaf Blade, Electric Terrain, and Swords Dance. So Psyblade is going to be our main move. It's Iron Leaf's signature move, and what it does is it's quite powerful, 80 power, 100 accuracy. But if Electric Terrain is on the field, then it's boosted by 50%. So that 80 power will go to 120 power. So 120 power, 100 accuracy is a very strong move to have. Leaf Blade is going to be a really strong alternate move. We get stabbed from it. It's not boosted by Electric Terrain, but it will be boosted with our ability by 30%, and it has a good chance to get a crit. Electric Terrain, this will boost our Psyblade by 50%, 30%, taking it to that 120, and it will also give us 30% extra attack because of our ability. Very strong move. As well as that, we have access to Sword Stance, which raises our attack stat by 2 stages, making us very strong. So the idea is we use Sword Stance and then we use Electric Terrain. You don't want to use Electric Terrain first because that's one less turn for the boost. So Sword Stance, Electric Terrain, and then we're going to Psyblade and get a load of that health back because of our item, which will be Shell Bell. Now, Psyblade, Leaf Blade, Electric Terrain, and Sword Stance, you don't have to do anything funny to get them. They are all just level up. So all you have to do, get your Pokemon to level 100, and you can just relearn every single one of them. So after you've actually caught your Pokemon, leveled it to 100, Eevee and Ivy trained it, and got the Shell Bell, you're pretty much good to go, and you can just go in raids and destroy raids with it. Speaking of raids, now that we've gone over the full build, we are going to get into some raids. So we have found our first Pokemon, and surprise, surprise, it is super effective against us. So it will be a fighting type 5-star Zoroark. Let's begin. Now, even though we are weak to a lot of Pokemon, we do have really good defenses, being 88 defense and 108 special defense. We're very fast. We've got 104 speed, and we have a massive 130 attack. So in most cases, we should be able to take 2 attacks. I did test this with a 6-star raid. There was actually a really strong Pokemon that was using Brave Bird. We survived 2 attacks, and then we got health back, and we managed to do the raid. So first turn, we use Sword Stance, get our attack up by 2 stages. Second turn, we're going to use Electric Terrain. We did get hit by a Shadow Claw, so Electric Terrain covers the battlefield and our ability activates. This will raise our attack by 30%, so it uses Shadow Claw again, and then it uses Torment. So we've set up our Sword Stance, we've set up our Electric Terrain, now it's time to Psyblade. Get some of that health back. Very strong move. Let's see how much damage it does. It nearly kills the Zoroark in one shot. Now, that is another option. If you are against a Pokemon that you don't think can do that much damage to you, you can set up your Sword Stance 3 times and then use your Electric Terrain and then try and one-shot the other Pokemon if you really want to, but I'm not going to be playing like that. I'm going to be doing it this way. It's a lot safer for me, and it will work in a lot more raids on average. So it nullifies all the stat changes on our side. That's unfortunate. And then it uses Nasty Plot to up its special attack by 2 stages. So I'm going to use Sword Stance because I'm pretty sure we can take an attack even with his Nasty Plot. It uses Night Days. We did take the attack. We're on 86 health, and now we can use Psyblade. Hopefully this does finish it off. If not, it's no problem. It does finish it off. So all it took was 2 attacks, one to get it down to the red when we did use Sword Stance and set up our Electric Terrain, and the next one was a Sword Stance and Psyblade to finish it off. And Zoroark isn't exactly a weak Pokemon. It's got 125 special attack, and we didn't go down to it once. So that's the first raid over with, and we even got a bit of Herb and Mystica onto the second raid. So we found our second raid. It's actually a 6-star Dondozo, a fighting type. Now, we did get lucky. Our Pokemon for today was a fighting type, so we're going to see how it goes. It does have Yawn, it is a strong Pokemon. However, I don't think it has any moves that are super effective against us, which is a surprise. So let's see how it goes. Now, we're going to start off the fight by using Sword Stance. This will raise our attack by 2 stages. It's going to use Wave Crash. That's not going to be very effective. Does next to no damage. Now, Dondozo has very, very strong defense and incredibly high HP. So this should be interesting. We're going to use Sword Stance again. This time we're on +4 attack, and then it uses Yawn. I was waiting for it to use Yawn because we can make it waste a move with Electric Terrain, because if Electric Terrain is activated, we can't fall asleep. Pokemon on the ground can't fall asleep. So it does get a crit on us with its Wave Crash, but it does no damage. So now we're going to use Sword Stance again. I'm going to show you how much damage we can do to the Dondozo with 3 Sword Stance and then using our strongest move while Electric Terrain is up. I don't expect it to kill because Dondozo has a base HP of 150 and 115 defense. So it's really strong. Let's see how it does though. I'll be happy with about half health. It doesn't do anywhere near that. Like I said, it's a very strong Pokemon. We do get all our health back, however. Now we're just going to keep using... Oh, the shield goes up very early. So it is raining, so the Wave Crash is doing more damage, but that doesn't seem to phase us because we are a very good match against this Pokemon. We do a bit of damage with Psyblade. The shield is up, so it doesn't do too much. We're just trying to get that Terrestrialize at the minute, though. Let's see how much damage its Wave Crash does. Not that much, 40 damage. So we're going to use Psyblade again. Hopefully it doesn't take any of our Terrestrialize away from us. Now, when we Terrestrialize, we actually lose most of our weaknesses. So when we Terrestrialize, we lose our weakness to fire, we lose our weakness to ice, we lose our weakness to poison. also flying, and we lose half of our weakness to bug. In this situation, it will make the water type moves it has normal against us, but it's a risk that we are willing to take because we get a big payoff. So we've terrestrialized, and now we're going to use Psyblade. There's a tiny bit of damage. We're going to need to set up our electric terrain again. So we set up our electric terrain again, and our attack goes back up by 30%. Uses Yawn, but that doesn't affect us whatsoever, and we're going to use Psyblade. I'm not sure whether it took our attack off or not. I wasn't paying attention whether it removed all effects on our side. I'll have to check. We get all our health back. The rain has gone now, so it's not doing as much damage. Let's see, did it take all our... Yes, it has. So I'm going to use Swords Dance. We're fine. We can take another attack even if it's a crit, so I'm going to use Swords Dance again. This will put us on +4 attack, ready for a huge attack that we can use with Psyblade. So it uses Wave Crash again. Let's see how much damage it does. It does about 90 damage. Now, I have played this raid terribly. I could have done this raid so much better. We might have even finished by now. Let's see how much this does. So it takes its shield off, does quite a lot of damage. If you was fighting this Dondozo with this Iron Leaves, you would have easily defeated it by now. I've just played it terribly. I wasn't paying attention at all. We could have probably done it with just under half the time remaining. So it has used Curse. This drops its speed and raises its attack and defense. As long as it doesn't remove all our stats, though, we'll be fine. So now we're going to use Psyblade. And as you can probably tell, we haven't died once to this Pokemon. We get some of our health back with our Psyblade, but the defense buff that it had has worked out in its favor quite a lot. Going to use Psyblade again. Hopefully this finishes. Psyblade does finish. I just wanted to show you like how much damage the actual Iron Leaves could do with free Swords Dance. If you was actually doing this raid, use Swords Dance once, then use Electric Terrain, and then spam your Psyblade until you get your Terrestrialize. But don't actually Terrestrialize, use your Electric Terrain, because it will have gone by then. And then Terrestrialize and just spam that Psyblade for the rest of the fight, and you will do a ton of damage. And then just use Swords Dance if he removes all your stats. And it should be a lot easier than what you are witnessing right now. Let's see if we got some Mystica. This is supposed to be a very good Pokemon for Mystica. We do get 2 Herba Mysticas, a sweet and a sour. That's amazing. Let's move on to the third raid. Okay, for our third raid, we have a Fighting type 5-star Serena. Let's begin. So we do have an Arcanine, so its attack is decreased. We're going to start off with our normal Swords Dance. This will raise that attack by 2 stages. Now, this Serena does have that one move, what's it called? Drop Kick, which will, there it is, it will decrease our attack by 1 stage every time it's used. So in preparation for that, we're going to use a second Swords Dance because it's probably going to use it a lot more. And now we're on +3 attack. Oh, wow. The Serena has high jump kick. Luckily, we are a Psychic type, so that's not going to do that much damage. And then it uses Reflect. This is going to be an annoying raid. So next, we're going to use Electric Terrain. This will increase our attack by 30%. Let me know in the comments which design you like better, Iron Leaves or Walking Wake. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Suicune, so I'm going to choose Walking Wake every day of the week, but I'm curious as to what you think. And which are you going to use more in raids? So we're going to use Psyblade now, see how much damage we do. Yeah, not that much. I didn't think it'd do that much while Reflect was up. It's using Power Whip. I'm completely fine with Power Whip. Power Whip's attack is increased because of the Arboliver. Now, when you're using Iron Leaves, I would highly recommend just not even doing the raid if there's an Arboliver in the actual game, because the Arboliver has an ability where every time it's hit, Grassy Terrain comes out, and that will get rid of your Electric Terrain. So we can't even power up our ability or our actual move, so we're doing a lot less damage here. Nullifies all the stats on our side. We're going to use Psyblade again. I didn't expect it to do that much damage, but I just want our Terra Charge. It uses Drop Kick. Now we're going to have to start the Swords Dance up again. I'm not sure how many Drop Kicks it used, so I don't know what we're on right now. I will check after this turn. It uses Drop Kick again. Serena is a nightmare for physical attackers. So we're on neutral, so we're going to use it again. Please just use High Jump Kick or Power Whip or something. Nope. Drop Kick. We're on +1 attack at the minute. I think that'll be enough. So we're going to Terrestrialize and use Psyblade. Serena's one of them Pokemon. You look at it, you don't really think it's going to do much to you. But that one move is a nightmare to deal with. It's a very good Pokemon for raids, actually, because it can't fall asleep either with its hidden ability. So let's use Psyblade, see how much damage we can output. So we did quite a bit of damage. We knocked down its shield. That's all we needed, and we can finish it off next turn. Even if it uses Trap Kit now, which it does, it will only put us down to neutral attack. There's its shield getting destroyed, and now we can use Side Blade to finish it off. As you can see in these 3 raids that we have actually done, that Shell Bell really keeps you alive because of all the weaknesses we have. And there's the Serena goes down. Now Serena wasn't the most ideal Pokemon that we could have faced, but we got the job done and we completed all 3 raids without too much trouble. Now I really enjoy using these 2 new Pokemon. I think they're a lot of fun. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you do want to see a walking wake build for raids on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, then click on screen right now and I will catch you on the next one.